Hello and greetings, everyone. This is Light Up Vichwa that you're watching or listening. This is episode 6 with my dear friend Jenny. Our topic is, thank you, Jenny. How do we do it? We'll talk about all the episodes that we have done so far. We'll try to connect and make sense out of all of it. But I hope you have already subscribed to the channel, and if you haven't, please do so. We would really appreciate a comment or two from you. Share with your friends, family. Go to the website lightupvichwa.com and let us know what you think of this episode or any other, or about this whole series that you have watched. So, Jenny, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good.
I'm good.
Good.
I'm excited.
Thank you. Same here. What about any highlight of the week that you have?
My highlight of the week will have to be that I've managed to exercise a bit.
Oh, good.
So that makes me feel good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you?
Well,
you have exercised too, haven't you?
Yes, I did it a little over.
Do you feel it?
I am all sore and achy because I went on a hike in Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire, and that was a hike because I wasn't training already. So it really is telling me that I did something more than I should have. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm in one piece and talking to you. So it will take a couple of days more to really fully heal. But so I need to be in more shape. So maybe we both should exercise online, I guess, for now. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Why not?
Anyways,
why not?
Okay. So
let's get going.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about having diverse relationships as actually drawn out into the very, very macro perspective is a bit of a peacemaking activity. I find myself in various circles now that are exploring, or I'm just in one of them, but I know that there is a lot of self-analysis, right, into Americanism now, whiteness, white supremacy, white privilege. And I just hear everywhere how it comes down to this again, relationships, and how I really believe that there are lots of people who want to, and I guess I'm coming from, I'm an immigrant, but I'm a white immigrant, and I can also make parallels to Sweden and Europe, where I'm coming from. And I really believe that lots and lots of people want to diversify their circle of friends. I equally think that there are lots of people who absolutely do not want to diversify their circle of friends. Yeah. But for those who want to, that will be a help to those who don't want to.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to, there is a reason for that too. And I believe that that comes from some kind of place of hurt or fear and so on. And yeah, so let's delve in.
Yeah, so I think how do we do it? This episode should help people, as you said. How do we do it? What are the examples?
From you who might be listening or watching this, is this an interesting topic to you? How does your mind wander as we're talking about this? And do you have any examples of how you yourself have tried to perhaps push some limits, etc.? So,
and we would appreciate if they can share that through this forum or any other platform that they are watching or listening this episode.
So for me, as I started to think about this and wanting to say, okay, this is now back in Sweden, where I come from, going, okay, I live here, I was born here, I have, most of my friends look like me, have the same background, even though we might look exactly the same, but we are completely different.
Yeah.
A very short sidetrack. I used to live for a while in West Africa, in Burkina Faso. I became friends with a person, and we had the most interesting conversations. And on the outside, everything about us was completely different. With all of these differences, coming from a very, like in a comparison, very privileged and all of this. We had such in-depth, interesting, spiritually interesting, and philosophically interesting conversations. More so than I've had with many of my friends who I might have, known since I was a child, right? So how interesting that it. But anyway, back to my example of thinking how could I diversify my circle of friends, and I thought to myself, let me use my kids. And when they started preschool, that was in a much more diverse neighborhood close by to where we lived, but much more diverse than we were. And I thought, oh, this is a good way to get to meet people, new Swedish people, for example, immigrants. And and that turned out to be a lucky shot. That was actually one way that I could then meet people and also ask, okay, would you like to come over?
Young. So my story is that when I was very young, I was surrounded by all Europeans and Middle Easterns and North Americans. And that's how I grew up. So maybe that's why I don't see the color till the action or attitude is negative. Till then, I don't see that this color is going to cause me some issue as such. But till then, I see you as you are, which is not necessarily that it happens with everybody. But I happen to feel or realize that more in my adulthood. I think you had something to say. Why don't you?
Yeah, I was thinking that, first of all, good, nice that to not, you are not so, I don't want to say burdened by this, but it's not a big deal because that's obviously what it should be, right? And I think that when you have, the more you get to know someone, right, the less you think about these outer attributes, and then so therefore it's like in the beginning, or you say you that's what can feel a little awkward, I can say, like when you have this perspective, like I think many people do, to go, okay, I want to have friends who are different from me, or different colors, or different religions, etc., for me, because it's interesting for me.
Right,
but you also
exactly.
have this this, let's say, bigger thought about that this is actually
A good thing.
I want my own life to reflect what my values are.
Yes.
And then we can, I'm interested to hear what people think about this, but I think that, me included, I kind of go, oh, I feel somewhat embarrassed, therefore, to go, hello, you are brown or black, or I'd like to be your friend because I think that that's important for people.
Right.
That can feel
That
very,
kind
and that might also get into this bizarre token way of thinking of somebody as a token. Oh, look at me, I've got friends of differences, which I think, I want to be honest and genuine. Yeah, I think that's somewhere within me also, to kind of go, oh, I'm collecting this so that I can feel good. When putting that out there and having this self-analysis about this, at that point I can choose to kind of overcome that, because obviously, particularly in a friendship wise, you're going to find out, do you like each other or not?
Exactly. And if you're putting a show, that won't
Yeah.
stay for too long. I mean, if that was the only purpose that we both did, right, it wouldn't be working out. Like, you would be like, okay, she's only inviting me when she has other brown people to show me. Oh, she's only calling me on this and that. Although we are having this show because we are aware of all that. I know that, but just because I didn't grew up with that lens which is more racist. I mean, I'm very much familiar with the racist lens. I'm very much familiar with the thought process because I lived in all these countries, because I'm brown. I will be talking more about how did it be. I mean, I have encountered different kind of racism from others, but I don't dwell in it. That's why I'm doing this with you, that I want to educate and bring that point out to that happens. I'm acknowledging. I am not facing at all something what my fellow Black Americans are facing. This is for me. There's nothing. So I don't want to trivialize that at all.
No.
Black Lives Matter, yes, that matters a lot. I don't want to say only that everyone's lives matter and all that, but we go into that political debate. So I'm not here to do that, but I do not want to trivialize race or anything. The point here was this is my perspective, and it cannot be perfect for everybody.
No.
But we are bringing this a little show to you, to our audience. I hope you are watching and listening and realizing that, and give us some be a little forgiving, and give us some space and place to experiment what we are doing and add to it in a constructive way, rather than just criticize on one of my words or my approach. Listen to us and watch us with a little open mind and see, okay, they are trying to bring some aspects, some perspectives from their own experience. I cannot represent the whole brown world, and you can't either for the whole white world, right?
No, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. So I think we are mindful of that.
Also, and we will, and talking about examples is something we can come back to in our live shows.
I think, come back.
Because there are as it comes to other first steps, where to get involved.
Yes.
When it comes to looking in your close community, where are the maybe organizations, or can it be open mosque day, or etc. Or
and as you said, sorry, I want to go back to your children, like how you can go through your children's, if there is diversity. First, it has to be that your children are in diverse schools where you have diversity and you can make friends and all. Then you have organizations, and through libraries, and through, there are many ways to actually get in touch with, not necessarily religiously through the mosque or church or synagogue, but also other activities of book clubs or libraries or art classes, and there are multiple examples I had, but in the interest of time, I think we will have to come to a little wrapping up of
I think so too, and we're going to do that by I'm now putting on my timer here for you, Shua, because I'm gonna
we try to do this activity
association game with you here.
So before we do that, I hope people will see our show notes, contact us through these platforms. Please let us know. This is very important for us, and I feel that this is very important for everybody else. Why is it important for us? Because I know, and Jenny knows, that this is what's important to the world, to bring us together, to unite us. I would rather the main goal of this program is to educate, bring our experiences, and unite us in all our differences. With our differences, with our diversity, we need to come together on similar platforms to live happily, and to have, we'll have differences, and that's okay. Just like any other family.
Absolutely. It's taking a risk, but it's a risk worth taking, right?
Yes.
And to learn new stuff is wonderful.
Okay, so I'm ready for your association game.
Okay, I'm setting the alarm.
Okay. I hope people will enjoy this and let us know if they like this.
Contact.
Very important.
Weather.
Love it nowadays.
Friends.
Oh, life.
Dinner.
Like to cook.
Color.
White.
Quarantine.
It's been good.
Fall.
fall like weather, fall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm
season.
looking forward to it.
Okay, good. Hope.
Hope is what I live with.
There you go.
Okay.
You did well. You did
Thank
well.
you. Thank you.
Very good. And let's say, be well,
Yeah.
everyone.
All right. So we're done with here.
Take care.
Please subscribe,
next week.
share, rate, review. Let us know what do you think about Jenny or me or our show or our conversations. Thank you again. See you next week.
See you next week.
Take care.